Little disclaimer. If you don't like your favorite authors or your favorite books being criticized, this video is not for you. So be careful and do not spread hate to me, please. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yağmur, but you may also call me Ronnie if Yağmur is too hard for you. Since currently everyone is talking about the books that they're gonna read in 2026, I will be talking about books that I will probably not read in 2026 or ever in my life. Firstly, I want to start off with a very critical one because I know lots of people love him. That person is Stephen King. I will not be reading any of his books ever. I have seen a little bit of people that agree with me because, when I realized a disgusting pattern on his books, I searched it up if somebody else realizes that too, and I saw that, a couple of people do realize that and just don't read his books anymore. I have read like 5 of his books, and all of those included some kind of misogyny in it, some kind of sexual assault to women in it. Never a man, always to a woman or a child, which is like so suspicious to me. Like, you don't have to write any child pornography to make it more thrillery, more horror, to include more horror. That doesn't work like that. You're just disgusting, and it's just weird that he includes that almost at each of his books. I do not agree with that. I do not agree with what he's doing, and it's just weird to me. I just feel like he's escaping all of those allegations with the fact that he's a very known, famous author. But we have seen Hollywood. We have seen very famous men around here. Not every famous man is great, man. I'm not saying that you cannot write any sexual assault in your books. You can, but it needs to add something to the story. It needs to be important to write something huge like that. It's just such an important issue. And yes, sexual assault is something that has to be included in literature too, because it's from real life. It happens to real women and men. It always does happen, but the way he writes it, I think it's just so wrong, and I think he's just including his fetishes in his books, which is totally disgusting, and I will not be agreeing it in any cause. For example, in the book It, those main characters are literally just children, and they're having sex to have a stronger bond in their friendship. Let's be real, you don't have to write those things in your books. That wasn't necessary at all. And those children weren't even adults, they're children, and you're writing a very detailed sex scene about them. And then you're calling it...
It's just to, have a stronger bond in that friendship.
No, it does not. And it's wrong. And you are a weirdo. The next book, or the author, is pretty strong as well, so be ready. I want to say Harry Potter. Harry Potter series. I have never been interested in those books. Even though I was a fantasy lover while growing up, I always read fantasy books. Fantasy. Even I was watching fantasy movies all the time as a kid. I was a fan of big dragons, epic fantasies, all the time. And it's still my favorite genre. But I never felt any connection to Harry Potter. And I watched the movies when I was going in high school as well, which is pretty late. I was late for watching that. Everyone knew what Harry Potter is, and I was going to high school, and I didn't. My friend forced me to watch them, and even the movies never interested in me. I just watched them with the help of my friend. And my uninterested values was before everything that happened with J.K. Rowling. And then she turns out to be a transphobic person. She turns out to be a bad writer, which she still fixes her books in goddamn Twitter. There's so many mistakes. Suddenly, I guess she has so many mistakes in her books that she fixes those mistakes on Twitter and explains them to people. You cannot change your book after 10 to 20 years. You cannot do that. It doesn't make any sense. Until this day, she still tweets about, oh, this was actually like this was actually like that. What the hell did you write back then? Why are you still fixing those mistakes in your book? I would suggest you to just move on. Move on. Just leave those books alone. They might be terrible, but do not touch them anymore. It's okay. It's okay. Just say that you were young and you didn't really care for those mistakes. You can just say that. It's okay. But she's just embarrassing herself on Twitter, and I never wanted to read her books, and now I wanted to read them even less. I was just making a search about J.K. Rowling's tweets about transphobic people, and I have seen that Even Elon Musk replied to her by saying that she needs to talk about something more interesting, even though like he's also a transphobic person and he also agrees with her opinions, but even he got bored of it. All she talked about was trans people, so she is hella weird. No, I'm not reading any of her books. Also, look at the view. It's so pretty, isn't it? Like, yeah. Now we can keep going. Hi again. Since I'm back, I can keep counting the books that I will probably not read in my life. The next up is, like, I am 100% sure that I will not be reading it, is Haunting Adeline. I don't know by who, but I will write or show the book here, as I always did. The dark romance genre in general is totally not for me. I'm not a kidnapping type of person, and I still do kind of respect you. I said kind of respect you if you love reading those books, but those things are not really any romance, I would say. It's just it's not even a toxic relationship. If the dark romance tropes was actually dark romance, you know, just a psychological toxic relationship, I would read them. I would love to read them. It would be kind of like cool. To be honest, I think the original dark romance is Wuthering Heights, because you know there's a very toxic relationship. But it also includes yearning for each other, but it's incredibly toxic. That's dark romance. Dark romance is not kidnapping and fetishizing incredibly disgusting abuse. That is not okay. Those books should not be published because young girls are reading those books, and I do not support that. And if you're like especially above 18 years old, please do not read dark romance books. I have never read any dark romance books in my life, but I will be reading, and I'm not willing to. You shouldn't as well. Next up, we have Atomic Habits. I know it has lots of very good reviews, and it's a very award winner book. It was so popular like 2 years ago, I guess. Not a year ago, right? Just 2 years ago. Anyway, I think it was like the best book of the year. I just find it so, I don't know, I don't want to judge you. If those help books do help you, but I'm very happy for you. I'm very glad that it helped you. But self-help books do anything but actually help me. And even worse, they make me feel bad. Like, I love psychological books. I love when that kind of books do include like science in it, and when they actually make you learn about psychology, about brain, how your brain works. It does help me. But those kind of books which they say like, oh, you should do this. Oh, in your first day you should write this. In your second day you should write this. And like, no. I don't like working like a robot. And those books like want to make me do it. So they're not for me. Next up is also kind of critical, but totally Coleen Hoover books. All of them, because yet she's another author that has weird fetishes and also an incredibly bad author. Like, I could have even write better, and I do write sometimes, and I think they're just way better. Her writing style is for like middle school, but her context in her books are totally for adults. She destroyed literature, and now she's destroying cinema. Can you believe that? I hate the fact that her books are turning into movies again and again and again. Like, there are tons of great authors right there that they don't have a movie of their books, but you're using Coleen Hoover for that? She has very weird fetishes. I have never finished one of her books, but I gave them a try. I read them on the internet. I have read some passages, paragraphs. I started one of their books, and they were horrible. I couldn't bear them. I totally couldn't bear them. Like, those books are not romance, or not thriller, or not any genre in general. It's just a fan fiction, I would say. But fan fictions are way better, and I think saying that would be very disrespectful for the children who write actually good fan fiction and give time for them. Like, no, baby. If you read Coleen Hoover, if you love those movies, if you love those books, I do respect you, but you should respect yourself a little bit more. Now I will be talking about a series that I don't really hate, and I don't think I wouldn't hate, but I still choose to not read, and that is the Divergent series. I know, like, it has so many fans, and I loved those movies growing up. I used to watch them with my sister, and my sister was a huge fan of them. I think we used to even have those books, but I think my sister sold them. I don't know. I may still have them or not, I'm not sure. I feel I've already missed out to read them. Like, in middle school, probably I would be a fan of it, but now I just don't really feel interested. I'm not against reading them, but I'm not planning to, so I wanted to include here. If you want me to read them and make a reading vlog for them, I would totally be down for it. Like, I'm not really against reading them, like what I said, but I'm not planning because I'm not interested. Now, since I'm talking about it, I feel like talking about it makes me feel interested about the series. Next up, I'm going to talk about another bestseller, which is Midnight Library. I know some of y'all really like it. Some of y'all's favorite book is this book. The concept is really cute. I'll give it to that. But the message is just too cliche for me. I watched too many videos. I made research about that book because, you know, I got curious. Why is it that much popular? Like, I want to know. And I have heard that it's too repetitive. Like what I said, it's just cliche, repetitive, and I'm not here for life lessons that I've already read 100 times. I just need good plots, good plot twists. And I think that message is mostly for children, that I don't need to read that. So yeah, I just want a story that takes me in. Okay guys, this is my list so far. I wanna know your disagreements, so please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching me, and also I would like to say that rest of my videos will be English, so don't worry about the fact that rest of my videos are Turkish in general. Do not worry. If you like this video, please help me to grow my channel, and thank you for watching. See you all in the next video.